Okay, here is a look at the emini S&P through the eyes of emini day trader for Wednesday, December the 14th, 2011. So you can see this is today's action, market profile and volume profile, and this is what occurred yesterday in the big down day. This is what occurred overnight. We had suggested that the 29 area would act as resistance. The market only made it here to 26, so about 3 points off there. But we were expecting the lows to be taken out. Here's the low from yesterday, and it was taken out early in the session. However, it did not reach our next objective down around the 1198 area. This pause here is somewhat disconcerting from a short position standpoint. In other words, I do expect to see more downward action, although it appears right now as if it's trying to sort of hold the reins in with some support. And I guess we'll know better tomorrow morning when the jobless claims numbers as well as the PPI will be released. Also tomorrow we have industrial production and then Philly Fed. So there are some numbers to be released tomorrow. And we're going to closely monitor to see if the 1198 can be tested. Obviously not very far from there, but we would like to see that area tested within the context of this intraday down auction before we could really see some life come into the market. Maybe that'll be also the timing if Europe can come through and get a little bit more convinced in their ability to straighten out their situation, which is obviously weighing on the market. Here are the market profiles from just the regular trading hours only, and we use them as well in our analysis of the market. We had several trades today, and you can see our trades. If you've seen any of our videos before, a short trade is shown with a down red arrow. It's kind of hard to see. Here's another one here. It also shows in text the trade type and the entry price, but it also shows with a dashed red line where the entry is. So this is a very short one here. It got filled right away. Here's another short trade here, and as you can see, got filled right here. Here's another short trade triggered there, actually filled here. Another short trade here. So we had several short trades today. This very first one here, up in here, you can see our dash line went all the way over to the end of the day, so we were never filled on that trade. The next trade that came along was actually our first trade of the day that we were filled on, got short right here. It moved about a point against us and then had a nice move in our direction after that, actually moving 5 3/4 points in our favor. So really good profit on that trade. The second trade here that we took, as you see in the market, came up and touched here. We got short on that one right there. That was our second trade of the day. And it immediately came down, so that one worked out great too. Moved 3.5 points in our favor, so easily reaching our first two objectives on that. The actual next trade that was triggered, of course we didn't take it, even though the market did briefly move into the green filter, was a long trade right here. And even though this was green for a short period of time, because we had held below the 21 area that, as you know, I've been speaking about quite a bit lately, our intraday bias short term had switched to short, and as a result we would not be taking any long trade unless it was butted up right up against our support, and we hadn't yet gotten down that low, so there was no trade for this long trade as a result. That's this long one right here. The next trade that we actually were able to enter, you can see this down red arrow, so we were able to get in on this trade. Here's actually our third trade of the day. Got filled right there immediately on that trade, and it had a good move. It wasn't a great move, but it did move very quickly, 2 3/4 points in our favor, so once again easily reaching our first two objectives. As the market turned around, started to rally, we were able to get into this short trade. Now a lot of our traders actually decided not to take that because of the swift move higher. However, it was still within the context of our red filter here and the intraday down. So this was actually our fourth trade here. It did come down, and as you can see, we had these two long trades here. Here's the indication of it. Here's our entry. Here's the indication of the next one, and the entry was immediately thereafter on that one. Neither one of these long trades that we took We're now intraday down because we were below the 21 area here. Well, here's actually 21 up here. And so that as a background, and also in just a neutral filter, which is why we did not take the two long trades. Even though this was a beautiful fill on this trade right here, you can see it just acted beautifully, getting filled on this one right here, and then having a very quick bounce. Even this one here wasn't so bad. It did pull against and then have a good move higher. So our trades really do try and define the auction. I mean, that's really our goal. We did have one final trade that was set up. We did not take, as you can see, for the same reasons. It was a long trade triggered here. It did move a point in our favor before backing off, making a new low for the day, and then bouncing. So those were our trades for the day. So we had a very profitable day. Things worked out great. It's good to see. Any questions or comments, don't hesitate in getting a hold of us. Be reached at info@eminidaytrader.com. And so we're, as I said, we're looking in around the 13 areas resistance. We expect it to get down to 1198 with immediate resistance in around the 10 area. So really that's what we're looking at right now. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.